1 2 1 2. Gotta hold this red button, or how's this work? 2. Maybe they don't have it turned on. Is yours working, dear? Here he is. Glad to see you. How are you?
Morning. Get him on?
No, I didn't know if you had it turned on.
Okay. Yeah, you're on.
Check 1 2 1 2. Oh, we got to get her. Just isn't loud enough. That's all.
Just mute it. Would be fine.
Yeah, let's see if we can get it set. I couldn't. This says 1. It's going to need a pretty good lifting. 1 2. Making headway. There you go. 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. About 24x. Dandy Acres. 1 2 3 1 2. Oh, there. This one may be just a tick more, I'd say, but number 1.
How you doing?
1 2 3 1 2. Yeah. They. 1 2 1 2 3. You'll be around here. Thank you.
Ready?
I think we're okay. Yeah.
I don't know where
1 2. Oh, this one is got more zing. 2. 1 2 3 1 2. That's good. 1 2 3 1 2. There's quite a difference in them. Can this one be turned up? Yeah. You got new speakers, right? 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. 2 still sounds better to me on the volume. 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2. It's getting closer. We can work on it as we get closer to the sale. Check 1 2. Right there.
Perfect.
That's what you'd rather we do, right?
Yeah, watch out. Don't get too close underneath the speakers. Okay. The ceiling speakers? No. Okay.
They got new speakers, right?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Yeah, I thought so too. So this is what he'd like us to.
Okay. Just mute it when you're
Otherwise,
not using it.
these is always hard to get.
Oh,
back.
yeah.
No. So just use. Muted. Okay, yeah, 1 2. When the light's on, it's muted.
Okay.
It's clean. 1 2 3. Yeah, I'm just perfect. Talking to yourself just to see.
Check, check.
Oh, they are right? Okay. There is Good morning, everybody. We're going to get started with our Angus show, and we're starting this morning. We have a great set of heifers in the barn today. So first in the ring, if I can find all my things here. We have, in the order they came in, we have Lot 2, who is a May 1st, and she is exhibited by the Caulfield Sisters Livestock. Then we have followed by Lot 4 from LNJ Farms and Ranch. She is an April 6th. And then Lot 5, exhibited by Dahl Angus, Jason Dahl, and she's also an April 6th. We thank everybody for coming and watching our show today, and we'd like to extend our thanks to our judge, Ryan Eichler, and we'll introduce him a little bit more later on and let these heifers get settled. If you haven't noticed around, there are some supplement sheets around on the bleachers that identify the lots that are scratched and the lots that are substituted. So go ahead and look around. They're on the stack of catalogs out there. They might help us follow along in the show today. Our judge today is Ryan Eichler. He comes to us from, he and his family live south of Lake Preston. They own and operate a commercial cow herd and a cattle feeding enterprise. He's also president of the Buffalo Ridge Cattle Company out of Brookings, South Dakota. We are grateful for him spending his day with us and lending his expertise to the show ring, and are excited to see how he sorts the classes today.
I think an outstanding class to start the Angus show. Glad everybody made it out this morning. It's a perfect day for a farm show. The heifer we're going to go ahead and start the class with, I think really for me just best combines a ton of quality as well as some productive appearance. Heifer that's really square made all the way throughout, tremendously feminine up through that front third of her body. But really I think when you set that heifer on the move, she tracks extremely well. To me, really good place to start the class, and really the combination heifer I'm looking for. I think probably a little more give and take in the second and third. Really the big stout heifer that comes out here in second. Tremendous amount of width that starts at the ground, carries all the way up into a really wide hip. Tremendous amount of center body in this heifer. Reads to me brood cow all the way. And I think probably just a little different in her design from the class winner, but really a stout made heifer to go second. Take nothing away from this heifer coming out in third. Again, one that to me reads with a ton of future, a lot of shape, lower body shape in that one. Really probably the biggest footed female in the class. You just kind of got to take them as you like them. But let's go ahead and give these first three exhibitors a big round of applause.
You might notice individuals as they leave the class, they might be handed some cash. And we'd like to thank the Watertown Area Chamber Ag Committee for that cash. They give each breed group just an envelope of money for them to do with what they choose, depending on how many head they have. So we did a drawing, and one individual from each class will leave with $40. So we'd really like to thank the Ag Committee for that. Coming in now, we have Class 2. And in order, coming in, we have Lot 6, exhibited by Jason Dahl. And she is a 328 birth date. Then we have Lot 7, consigned by Reese Family Angus. And she's a March 9th. And then rounding out this class, we have Lot 8, exhibited by Arrow J. Cattle, Jacob Sievers. And he is a new consigner with us today, so we're thrilled to have a lot of new consigners here this year. But his heifer is a February 25th. If you're just catching up with us on live auctions or in the bleachers, we are currently on Class 2 of the Angus heifers.
Again, an excellent set of Angus females here in Class 2. The heifer that I'm going to go ahead and start this class with, I think, really offers a ton of good in terms of the way she's made. Heifer that really, as she gets out and you set this one in motion, she's so free and easy. All the way from the bottom of her feet to the top of her spine, moves extraordinarily well, and then one that really got a ton of performance about her, right? Super thick all the way throughout, ton of base width, really hits you as you get behind that heifer. She's got a ton of good in terms of her hip as well. I think it probably gets a little closer here for second and third. I chose the more moderately framed heifer, one that really is kind of follows that class winner in terms of stoutness of design. Really a big-footed heifer that gets out and moves pretty well. A little more moderate in her frame size than the heifer that comes out in third, but I think the ones that's got a ton of good. I think the heifer that comes out in third, again, another really good brood cow prospect, one that just offers a tremendous amount of length and growth. And, you know, for where she's at in her maturity, I think she's got a ton of future ahead. Let's go ahead and give them a big round of applause.
Placings for that class, Lot 8 started off the class, followed by Lot 7 and then Lot 6. We'll be pulling in our final class of Angus heifers, and then we'll bring the top 3 from each class back in for the champion selection. But coming in the ring now, we have Lot 10 exhibited by Randy Hamilton. And Randy is also a new consignor to Watertown this year, certainly not new to the Angus breed, but new to coming to Watertown. And then we have Lot 11, exhibited by Jeff Mickle. And then finally in this class is Lot 9X, and you can find her information on the supplement sheets around and about. And she's also exhibited by Randy Hamilton. Dates for these heifers range from February 2nd to February 13th.
I think my favorite thing about coming to the farm show is you get to find a little something for everybody. And And I think if prospective buyers can really take a lot of note in this class, because there is something for everybody. I think for me, it's really close at the top of this class. Actually, it's close all the way through. But the heifer I'm going to go ahead and use to win, I think probably just offers the most in terms of completeness, right? That is a heifer that you could really just draw that outline of, and she's going to do well about in any production system around. She's so neat about that front third of her body. She ties a nice level shoulder all the way down that top and out throughout her hip. One that as she gets out on the move, I think she moves really the best. And so a heifer that I think is, got a ton of good about her. Now the heifer that comes out in second, obviously a little different in the way she's made, right? She's a heifer that's got more center body, probably a lot more center width as you really study her muscle pattern. That's the heavy muscled heifer in this class, and I think if that's what you're looking for, then that's the heifer I think you really got to pay a ton of attention to. The young guy coming out in third here, again, one really massive type of female, got just a ton of natural thickness all the way throughout, really wide in her skeleton. Any of these are going to go out and make a cow when they're done.
Okay, placings for Class 3. First in that class was Lot 11, followed by Lot 10, and then rounded out by Lot 9X. Next in the ring, we'll have our champion and reserve champion Angus heifer selection. And these, of course, are the top placings from the previous 3 classes. So from Class 1 coming in the ring is Lot 2, and she's exhibited by the Caulfield Sisters Livestock. Followed by our class winner from Class 2. She is Lot 8, exhibited by Arrow J Cattle. And then the class winner from Class 3 is Lot 11, exhibited by Jeff and Rebecca Mickle. And we'd like to remind you the Coteau Hill Cattlemans are doing something super this year. And any female heifer bought off the sale here by a 4-H'er and then exhibited at any achievement days or state fair, I don't know, maybe just achievement days. If they're taken all the way to achievement days and shown there, the Coteau Hill Livestock will give that 4-H'er $250 for doing that, doing all the work and making it to achievement days. So if you're interested in that or want to learn more information about it, there is a booth back here and a gentleman's sign right back there, and you can sign up. And I was just told Hamlin Livestock Association is doing that same thing for $250, and they can sign up for that where? Same place. So a lot of great opportunities for young 4-H'ers if they're looking about doing achievement days or county fairs this summer. That's just a super program that both of those are putting on. If you're just tuning in with us on live auctions or just making your way to the stands here, we are on the champion heifer selection in the Angus show this morning. And as you flip through the Angus catalog, these fancy, awesome new catalogs that we have this year, you'll notice there's a number of consigners that are new to Watertown in recent years, and we're super excited to have some new exhibitors and some new cattle in the barn this year. So there's a lot of fun stuff to look at. Please take the time to walk back through the barns. And again, the champion heifer will sit on Supreme Row for the duration of the farm show this week. And the buyer and consigner for the Supreme Champion heifer will each get $1,000. And then the Reserve Champion Supreme heifer the buyer and the consigner will each get $250. So if you're interested in a heifer and you're looking to buy one from the Supreme Row, that's a great opportunity too.
Well, let's start by giving all these heifer exhibitors a big round of applause. I think he brought you out a tremendous set of females to select here from, and I know that there's really some really good breeders represented here. And so I think, in terms of finding what you're kind of looking for in a female here, I think this group is going to offer a lot of buyers a lot of options, and I think that's the best part of it. I'm going to tell you the one that I like the best today, but you really get to vote later on with your checkbooks as you purchase these females. But the one thing I'm sure, it doesn't matter if it's what age, kind of what you're looking for. I think they brought you out a really nice set to choose from, and there's everything from really nice show heifer prospects into just really really good brood cows, and so tremendous set. I guess what I'm looking for in terms of the heifer is really, to me, the kind of the complete type of female, one that offers a tremendous amount of look, structural integrity, but then really maintains some natural base width and thickness. And all these breeders seem to have concentrated really on those things really well. And so I'd like to congratulate them, but I'm going to go out and select you a champion heifer and then reserve as well. Give them one more round of applause.
Champion Angus heifer was lot 2, exhibited by the Caulfield sisters. And then coming in the ring was second in her class, lot 5, exhibited by Jason Dahl. And Reserve Champion heifer goes to lot 11, exhibited by Jeff Mickle. Congratulations to all of our consigners. My apologies, I made an error. Reserve Champion heifer was lot 10, exhibited by Randy Hamilton. So Champion heifer goes to lot 2, Reserve Champion heifer was lot 10. Okay, we're starting off on the Angus Bull Show now. We have Class 4 is coming in the ring. And our exhibitors, first in was Lot 12, exhibited by LNJ Farms, followed by Lot 13, exhibited by Larry Dahl. And then finally in Class 4, we have Lot 22X, exhibited by C&M Cattle, and you can find the supplement sheet with substitution information around on the bleachers. There's a number of subs, so that will be helpful for later on. We'd like to thank our judge today, Ryan Eichler from Lake Preston, for lending his time and talents to sort these Angus cattle today.
I think a really good set of bulls here to start the Angus bull division, and a little bit of something out here for everybody. Again, the bull I'm going to go ahead and start off with, I think probably the one that best fits me in terms of the kind I like and in terms of the way that bull balances up, right? He's made square all the way throughout. One that really, as he gets out and move him, he covers a lot of ground with that long stride off that those back two, and then one that you get behind him and study him. He's got a tremendous amount of true muscle shape and dimension. I think is going to go out and do somebody a world of good. I think the next two that come are probably a little bit more alike in terms of the way they're designed. The bull that comes out in second, really long spine individual, one that kind of, to me, gets out and moves, pretty dang well. And then one that I think as you study that bull from the front side, tremendous amount of width through that chest floor and at his base, one that's certainly going to add some pounds to a calf crop. The bull that rounds out the class, I think one that's really square in terms of the way he's made from behind. You really have to appreciate that one. He's got a big top, starts at his shoulder and moves all the way back out through that hip. Really one that's got a tremendous amount of three-dimensional look that I think will do somebody really well out in the cow herd.
Okay, placings for Class 4. Leading off that class, we had Lot 22X brought to us by C&M Cattle. Then we had Lot 13 from Larry Dahl. And finally, Lot 12 from LNJ Farms. All right, coming in the ring, we have Class 5. Leading off this class, we have Lot 14, exhibited by Larry Dahl. And then Lot 15. Again from C&M Cattle Company. And then Lot 16, exhibited by Colby Siegert. Also a new consignor to Watertown this year, so we're pleased to have them. Bulls range in age in this class from March 30th to March 15th. Helping us out in the ring today, we have Skylar Salsa, and he is the Supreme Row herdsman for the week. So we are thrilled and very grateful that he's lending his time and talents to take care of our Supreme Row stock this week, from today up until Supreme Row selection on Friday at 3:30. And also helping us out in the ring. So if you see him out and about, please tell him thank you.
A really nice set of three bulls to choose from in this class, and I think probably some differences, and I think it's it's really close, and I think it comes right down to personal preference. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the bull that I think is probably, in terms if you get these things that they're not exactly the same age, but they're getting pretty close. To me, the one that probably offers really just the performance advantage, right? A bull that's really stout, made from the ground up, tremendous foot, bone, really, in terms of structural soundness, he's adequate. And then you really study that guy, and he's got a tremendous amount of shape all the way throughout. And so I think it gets really close between him and the class, or in the second place bull in the class. One to me that's made extremely square. Take nothing away from this guy. One that's got just a tremendous amount of shape down that top. Offers a really three-dimensional look from behind, and then you get that guy out, and he really just goes, right? And so he comes in that more moderate frame package, and so I think as you evaluate these things for what your operation needs today, you can feel comfortable in any of these guys. The bull that comes out to round out the class, I think one that's made extremely well, one that's really square in his design, tremendous amount of quality through that bull's front third, and then you get behind him. Is he as overwhelming as the other two? Probably not, but I think one that really offers a tremendous amount of value just in terms of the way that thing is made, travels extremely well, high amount of structural integrity. Let's give those guys a big round of applause.
All right, class placings for Class 5. First in this class was Lot 15, exhibited by C&M Cattle, followed by Lot 14, exhibited by Larry Dahl. And then rounding out Class 5, we had Lot 16, exhibited by Colby Seeger. Coming in the ring now, we'll have Class 6. And first up, we have Lot 17, exhibited by Jeff Mickle, followed by Lot 19X, exhibited by Dandy Acres Angus, and you could find his information on the supplement sheets. And then lastly in this class, we have Lot 21, exhibited by Kangas Angus. Following this class, we'll do a little division, and we'll bring in our top class placers from the last 3 classes, and we'll choose a late calf champion and a reserve late calf champion bull. If you're just tuning in on live auctions, or if you're just making your way to the show ring, we're on Class 6 of Angus bulls. And our judge in the ring with us today is Ryan Eichler. He and his family live south of Lake Preston and own and operate a commercial cow herd and a cattle feeding enterprise. Also president of the Buffalo Ridge Cattle Company out of Brookings, South Dakota. So we're pleased to have him with us here today. You might notice, and I should have announced earlier, our bull consigners are wearing back tags with the weight of their animal. We took everybody across the scale yesterday, so that's what their back tags are. Lot tags in ears are the yellow ones this year, so they're easy to figure out what lot you're looking at.
Again, a really impressive set of bulls to evaluate here. For me, the class winner probably, you know, in terms of box checking, does a ton of them, and he does them really well, right? Here's a guy that's just really stout made, starting at the ground, and carries that all the way through a really big skeleton everywhere, right? Tremendous amount of top, really big hipped. But then for me, this guy's a pretty good looking rascal too. He offers just a tremendous amount of eye appeal. And then as the added bonus, he's just three-dimensional about everywhere, right? Big center body, one that I think a guy can feel comfortable putting in a ton of scenarios. Take nothing away from the second place bull. One to me that really is very, very attractive in his design, right? One that's very level all the way throughout, offers a tremendous amount of quality up through that front third. And really, as he gets around the ring, that guy, he takes a really long, true stride. Going to cover a tremendous amount of cows for whoever that prospective buyer is. But I think, you know, really gets a little closer on the top end. Now, this bull coming out in third, if you're looking at adding pounds and width and dimension, this is your guy, right? He's the heaviest muscled bull in this class. One that to me has got just a tremendous amount of muscle shape all the way throughout, a tremendous amount of center, and you guys, you know, you take that bull home, he's going to improve what the scale says in that first fall of use. So let's give these bull exhibitors a big round of applause.
All right, placings for class six. First in that class went to lot 19X, exhibited by Dandy Acres Angus. Second was lot 21, exhibited by Kangas Angus. And rounding out class 6, we had lot 17 from Jeff Mickle. Now we're going to bring those last 3 class winners in and do a late calf champion and reserve late calf champion selection. Coming in the ring now, we have the class winner from class 4, who is lot 22X, exhibited by C&M Cattle. Following him, we have class winner from class 5, lot 15, also from C&M Cattle. And then your winner from class 6, lot 19X, from Dandy Acres Angus. In the ring now, we're doing our selection for late calf champion. And so we have the class winners from class 4, 5, and 6. And they are lot 22X, lot 15, and lot 19X, respectively. You'll see their back tags indicate the weights that they gave us when we ran across the scale yesterday. And the yellow ear tags are their lot tags.
Really high quality set in this calf division. Let's give everybody a big round of applause here. 3 bulls that I think really represent the breed extremely well. 3 bulls that I think are going to go home today or whenever and do a great job for new owners. I think they're going to add pounds, quality, all the above. And so I think, depending on how you like them, you certainly can feel comfortable with any of these guys going home. But I'm going to go out and select you a champion today. Again, for me, it's a lot about the combination, the coupling of the structural integrity, some look, but then really true power and performance is really important. So let's give him one more round of applause. I'll go get you a champion in reserve.
Yep. All right, champion late calf. Went to lot 19X out of class 6 from Dandy Acres Angus. Coming in the ring now was the second from class 6, and that's lot 21, exhibited by Kangas Angus. And our reserve late calf bull goes to lot 15, brought to us today by C&M Cattle. And he was out of class 5. If you're wondering and trying to follow along, we do have a handful of substitutes in the bull show, so please find a supplement sheet so you can find the appropriate information for those bulls as they come in. All right, now we'll have coming in the ring the start of class 7. We'll give these guys a minute to switch bulls here. I'd also like to mention you might see a member of the Ag Committee giving out some cash to certain folks as they leave the ring. And that is thanks to the Chamber Ag Committee gave our breed $600 to do with what we please. And we voted to give everybody a little extra getting home money today. So if you see anyone getting cash, we can thank the Ag Committee for that. So coming in the ring now, we have class 7. First up is lot 23, and he is brought to us by Kangas Angus. He's followed by lot 25, exhibited by Reese Family Angus. And then last in the ring is lot 24X. You'll find his information on the supplement sheet. He is brought to us by Dandy Acres Angus.
Man, when they say life is full of choices, they're right. And I think this is a really good class of 3 bulls here. And I think it's really difficult for me because there's things and pieces I like about each one of them. But man, this bull that comes out to win, this guy is as stout and powerful as we've seen all day, right? And I think that bull gives you that read from the top of his forearm all the way back and through. Tremendous amount of muscle shape, a really good looking one that I think actually gets out and moves as good as anything in here. And so to me, really complete with just that added shot of muscle and power. The bull that comes out in second, really, I mean, this guy is I mean, it's close, right? Because this one to me is so good looking on the profile, one that puts it together all the way throughout. He's so smooth up and through that front third, carries it out through a tremendously level hip, comes in just a little different package, right? A little more modern in his frame, which I think is great. But one to me that you can definitely feel comfortable taking that one home. He's going to do a lot of good in a cow herd. The bull that rounds out the class, probably a little bit more made like the class winner in terms of that stout, powerful design, one that's big hipped, gets around the ring. Again, give these 3 exhibitors a big round of applause. Really good set of bulls.
Class winners for Class 7. First, we had Lot 25 brought to us by Reese Family Angus, followed by Lot 24X brought to us by Dandy Acres Angus. And then rounding out that class, we had Lot 23 brought to us by Kangas Angus. Coming in the ring now, we have Class 8 of Angus bulls. First in is Lot 26, exhibited by Reese Family Angus. Next in is Lot 27X, brought to us by Willer Cattle Company, and you can find his information on the supplement sheets that are out and about in the bleachers. And then lastly in the ring for this class is Lot 28, exhibited by Kwasniewski Angus. These bulls range in age from January 29th to February 13th.
a decision here at the top of this class, and I think you can go either way and be just fine. And I'm gonna choose to go with the bull. The guy that comes out in first here really kind of struck me as he walks in the ring. One that's really made extremely well, a high degree of structural integrity, one that gets out and moves. But then he does it in this package that offers a kind of a tremendous amount of future, and then one that to me really is sneaky in how heavy muscled and stout this guy is. You get right in behind him, he's as wide as anything out here, and he really does so in a very, very attractive package. One that I like a great deal. The bull that comes out in second, take nothing away from this guy. This is a really herd bull looking animal, and one that you really have to just appreciate for the tremendous amount of power that he offers all the way through. One that is really big at the ground, big-footed. He gets out, moves extremely well, and I think offers that really three-dimensional center body. One that's going to cover a lot of cows this summer and do a great job. Bull comes out in third. I think really just offers a tremendous amount of good, checks a ton of boxes. One that gets out and goes. He offers, he's probably the longest bodied bull in the class. He's going to offer some pounds of performance. Let's go ahead and give those three exhibitors a round of applause.
Placings out of Class 8. First in that class, we had Lot 28 from Kwasniewski Angus. Second in class was Lot 26 from Reese Family Angus. And third in that class was Lot 27X, brought to us by Willer Cattle Company. All right, in the ring now we have Class 9. First in the ring is Lot 29, brought to us by C&M Cattle. Second in the ring is Lot 30, brought to us by Andy Doctor. Third in the ring is Lot 32, brought to us by Kwasniewski Angus. And rounding out this class is Lot 33, exhibited by Randy Hamilton. As a reminder, the Coteau Hills Cattlemen Association and the Hamlin County Livestock Improvement Association are offering a $250 endowment to any 4-H member to put towards the purchase of a heifer at the Watertown Winter Farm Show. The money will be awarded after exhibiting in their county achievement days. Those interested can sign up at the Cattlemen's booth adjacent to the show ring before or after the sale today. It is open to all 4-H members and all breeds of cattle. So really a super program if you're thinking about showing a heifer this summer and maybe tying into one today. Take a look through the barn. There's a lot of great heifers here and a chance at an extra $250.
for extremely high quality bulls to bring you in this class, and I think there's really something for everybody out here. And I think, when we really get to analyzing these things, the bull that comes at the top of this class, I think just does a ton of things well, right? Again, he's an animal that's really stout at the ground, really stout made all the way throughout. One that, he offers a tremendous amount of center body, and really then you get behind him and he backs all that skeleton up with a pile of muscle. And so one, to me, when you set him out in motion, he's got that look like he's going to cover a lot of grass, and I think the new owner should be really excited about that. The bull that comes in second, here's one that really, to me, is just very, very fresh in his appearance, right? He's got that very youthful look, which I think is really encouraging. One that's put together from a structural perspective. I think he gets out and he goes extremely well. He's pretty big at the ground in terms of his foot and bone work, and then offers a tremendous amount of look. I'd love to see a group of females sired by that guy. The next two bulls that come out, I think, are pretty similar, in their type and kind. Two really ruggedly made, powerful bulls that got a ton of muscle, a ton of structural width, and I think the kind of skeleton that are definitely going to be long enough and wide enough to go ahead and add a lot of pounds to a calf crop. So please give these breeders a big round of applause.
All right, placings in Class 9. First in that class was Lot 32, brought to us by Kwasniewski's Angus. Second in that class was Lot 32, consigned by Randy Hamilton. Third in that class was Lot 29 from C&M Cattle. And rounding out Class 9 was Lot 30, brought to us from Andy Doctor. We're gearing up for Class 10, and following that, we'll have another quick division and select an early calf champion and a reserve early calf Angus bull. As a reminder today, prior to the sale that begins for us about 12:30, the Champion Angus Bull and Champion Angus Heifer will sit on Supreme Row for the duration of the farm show this week. And those buyers that choose to purchase them today, if they are selected champion on Friday, they will be given a $1,000 purse to both the consignor and the buyer for Supreme Champion Bull. And then, $1,500 for Supreme Champion Bull to the buyer and the consignor, $250 to the buyer and consignor for Reserve Supreme. A Supreme Champion Heifer gets $1,000 to consignor and buyer, and the Reserve Champion gets $250. Plus, the Champion Bull and Champion Heifer will each get a jacket, and then there's a random drawing of our consignors per breed for another jacket. So a lot of goodies and a lot of great stuff for our champions this year. All right, in the ring now we have Class 10. First in the ring was Lot 34, exhibited by Derek Gaikowski. Then we have Lot 35, exhibited by Kwasniewski Angus. And then last in the ring we have Lot 36 by Willer Cattle Company. And these bulls range in age from January 3rd to January 11th. And again, following this class, we'll bring the class winners in from the previous 4 classes and select an early calf champion.
another class of high quality Angus bulls. And starting at the top of the class, the young lady brings out one that I think does a great job in terms of that bull's composition. And by that I mean one that's got a tremendous amount of length of body, width of skeleton, certainly a more than adequate amount of muscle. But then you watch this guy get out and move, and he does so in a really desirable way, right? Really athletic in his build, one that gets out, covers up a really long, wide track, and I think as you get him and project him forward as a herd bull, one that's going to certainly be around a long time. The guy coming out in second, here's your performance bull, right? One that's got just a tremendous amount of width, dimension, growth. He's obviously the weight per day of age bull in the class, and I mean, you want to talk about one that's just stout from the ground up. This is your guy, right? Big-footed, big-boned, really raw in his look, and I think one that's going to certainly do the job for the new owner after the show is over. And the guy, the bull coming out in third, again, here's one that's made extremely well, right? Really ties that neck and shoulder in super tight, tremendously level down that top and out of his hip, and then you set that bull in motion, one, again, that's going to be around a cow herd for a long time and do a lot of good. Please give those exhibitors a big round of applause.
All right, placings from Class 10. First in that class was Lot 35, brought to us by Kwasniewski Angus. Second was Lot 36 from Willer Cattle Company. And third in class was Lot 34 from Derek Gaikowski. All right, now we're going to do an early calf champion and a reserve early calf quick division here from the previous 4 classes. So coming in, we have our class winner from Class 7. This is Lot 25, exhibited by Reese Family Angus. While we give these guys a minute to get organized back there, we'd like to thank our judge, Ryan Eichler. He and his family live south of Lake Preston, and they own and operate a commercial cow herd and a cattle feeding enterprise. He's also president of Buffalo Ridge Cattle out of Brookings, South Dakota, so we're pleased to have him with us here today. Second in the ring, we had our class winner from Class 8, Lot 28 from Kwasniewski Angus. Third coming in the ring here, we have our class winner from Class 9, Lot 32, also from Kwasniewski Angus. And then finally, our class winner from Class 10, Lot 35, and again from Kwasniewski Angus. These guys are busy in here today. You guys can register for bidder numbers in the sale ring starting about a half hour prior to the sale today, after you have your selections all ironed out and noted in your catalog. And another thing to note is any animals sold out of state will require health papers, so you'll need to let us know, let the clerk table know, let the consignor know if you're traveling out of state. We need to get the vet in here and get some health papers written before you can head out today. So please make note of that. If you're just joining us, we are doing our early calf champion and reserve early calf champion selection of the Angus Bull Show.
Let's put our hands together for an ultra competitive division. You sort these things through classes, and you kind of pick what you like, and there's a lot to like out here in this division. But then you get them out here, and I think there's a tremendous amount of quality, right, from structural design, skeletal width, bulls that are going to go to work and last a long time in a cow herd, and I think that's what's really important. And so today, obviously, I'm going to show you what I like. I think there's some merit in each one of these bulls. I think they're all going to go out and do a great job, but I'm going to go kind of show you the one I like best in this division, and then you can obviously show the exhibitors that during the auction. But again, I'm going to go find you a grand and reserve. Please give these guys a round of applause.
All right, our early calf champion is lot 25. He's out of class 7, and he's brought to us today from Reese Family Angus. We'll get a second here to have the second from class 7 come on in and compete for reserve. Following this, we have our final class of Angus bulls, class 11, which will be our fall bull, and then we'll have our overall champion and reserve Angus bull. As I said, coming in is lot 24X from Dandy Acres Angus, and he stood second in class to the champion, early calf champion out of class 7. All right, reserve early calf champion went to lot 24X. You'll find his information on the supplement sheets. He's brought to us by Dan Acres Angus. A really great set of bulls here today, and on behalf of the consigners, we want to invite you guys back into the barns following the champion selection to really get up and close personal with any selection that you might like. Ask us some questions, get everything answered, so before the sale starts, you know exactly what you're bidding on and what they can do for your program. Coming in the ring next, we'll have our final class of Angus bulls, and it's just a single lot, our single fall bull we have this year, and he is lot 37. We'll give the guys just a minute to get up here. And here he is, lot 37, our single and only fall entry we have this year. He's a November 13th, brought to us by Reese Family Angus. Following this, we'll bring our late calf champion and our early calf champion back in, and we'll do our overall champion Angus bull selection.
Here's a longer age bull that I think could obviously stand some competition. Young guy brings out a really high quality fall bull that, you know, you really got to like a ton about this guy, right? He's so smooth in the way he's designed, one that offers really a high amount of athleticism in his build. And then what you really love about him is once he sets and stops and you get in behind him, the guy's got just a tremendous amount of shape everywhere, right? Big topped, big centered, very, very three-dimensional. I think one that you can take home and just be ultra comfortable using on just about anything. Let's give him a round of applause.
Taking first in class 11 was lot 37, brought to us by Reese Family Angus. And now we're going to bring in our late calf champion and our early calf champion bulls. And we'll do our selection of Grand Champion Angus Bull for today. We'd like to thank Ryan Eichler, our judge, who's done a super outstanding job sorting this really deep set of Angus cattle we have here. All will be offered for sale later. Ryan hails from Lake Preston, and we're so appreciative of him. And then also we want to thank Skylar Solsa in the ring, also serving as Supreme Row Herdsman and our ring help and our go-to guy if we need anything. We really appreciate his time and help with the Angus show and sale today as well. All right, coming in the ring finally is our late calf champion, lot 19X from Dandy Acres Angus. And then followed by our early calf champion, lot 25, brought to us by Reese Family Angus. And again, they join our class winner at our fall bull, who was lot 37, also from Reese family Angus. As we are, the judge takes his time to select our Grand Champion Angus Bull on behalf of the Angus breeders and consigners. We'd like to thank the Chamber for putting on another great show and event for us. It really make it easy for us breed managers to get in here and showcase our cattle and all of the consigners to do their thing as well. We had $600 from the egg committee that they gifted each breed depending on the number of head you had. And so our consigners chose to give everybody a little driving around money for the day to get them out of town. So we really appreciate that. So if you saw an egg chamber representative handing cash out as folks left the ring, that was what that was from. And it's just a really nice thank you and a super thing that another benefit to consigning here in Watertown. They take pretty good care of us breeders. So we really appreciate that.
I think just an excellent Angus show today, and first of all let's give the folks running the show and ring help did a great job moving these things through. I think I've been coming to this farm show since it's probably my first memory of a cattle show was the Watertown Winter Farm Show with my dad, and I was just a little tyke, and the history and the heritage of the Angus breed in this area is really deep, and so there's cattle throughout this region that go on to show nationally and do really well, but the best thing is how many pastures these cattle end up in and just excel in the pasture. And I think I've had the good fortune of visiting the different parts of the country and seeing not only a lot of ranches but feed yards. And the upper Midwest is really where it's at in terms of the production of these animals. And so it's something these breeders should be really proud of. And really talk about a breed that's got it going on. This Angus breed is as popular as it ever has been. It's one of the only breeds that the American consumer knows by name, and I think that's good for everybody in this industry. And so I think these cattle are very, very well represented here today. I think you can buy with confidence on any of these animals, from these three standing here to anything that we selected. I think it's a really high quality set that these breeders work tremendously hard on, and you as producers can feel good taking them home and really making good quality offspring that have just a tremendous amount of value in today's marketplace. And so it feels to me like we're in for a few good years of a market, and so it's a great time to upgrade genetics, and I think that today is going to offer you a lot of that opportunity. From what I'm looking for today, maybe what you're different from what you're looking for, but for me, I need that animal to be a combination of some things, right? I want them highly productive, stout. I want them to be able to get out and move with a high amount of structural integrity. But I want some look in these animals too, right? Because I think if we're going to go to the effort of displaying them and really taking a look at them, they all got to have kind of that look as well. And so I think these three animals are highly representative of the quality that you'll see all sale along today. I've got one that I kind of like as my favorite. I hope you guys have found a bull or 2 or 5 that you can take home into your operation as well today. But let's go ahead and give these breeders a round of applause, and I'll go find you a champion.
Champion Angus bull comes from our our late calf champion division. He is lot 19X from Dandy Acres Angus. Coming in is the second reserve late calf champion, and that's lot 15 from C&M Angus or C&M cattle. Excuse me. And our reserve champion Angus bull went to lot 25 from Maurice Family Angus. A great Angus show. We're super pleased with the cattle that are in the barn, and so we invite you guys to go back, visit with the consigners, get a feel for what you're going to be bidding on this afternoon, and really know what you're taking home. There's something here for everybody's program, so we invite you to stop on back. We'll probably take a 10-minute break before the Hereford show starts, I guess.
If anybody thinks what you're doing or she's doing or I'm doing is easy, they need to try it. Do it, yeah. Right? They can get right after it.
How's sales season?
It's been very good to start with. I've been everywhere from Sioux Falls to Baldridges to Springers to, I don't know, I've been 11 in the last 15 days or whatever. They've all been good, but as you know from the names, it's everywhere from 3.2 million to 87,000. Right. But but they've been strong.
That's good.
And this here, depending on weather here, but the crowd that was watching this, I'd say might be close to as big as we've ever had, just for the show at 9 o'clock in the morning. Very good.
You should have
I think it'll be packed when we get to 12:30 sale time. I think it'll be real full. Let's put it that way.
I would agree with you.
Run to the restroom quick. One, two. That's on. One, two.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, to Ryan. Okay. That'll be fine if that one's squealing. Well, welcome everybody. We're going to start the Hereford Heifer Show here. Coming in the ring first, consigned by Hansmeyer and Sons, Lot 1. Lot 2 is consigned by L&J Farms. And Lot 3, consigned by Hanson Polled Herefords.
Really nice class of Hereford heifers to start the show out with. The one I'm going to go ahead and start with, I think, is just awfully good in the way that type and kind that she is. I think she really represents the breed extremely well, but one that I think you have to really appreciate for her build, her structural integrity. One that I think takes a really free and easy step. She's really good and big at the ground. Takes a big long stride off of really comfortable pasterns, and then she's just got a ton of look all the way throughout. Good enough in that terms of center, body, and muscle. I think a really great place to start. Young lady comes out in second with the pigment on the one eye. I think a heifer that's got a tremendous amount of good about her. One that's really good in terms of her base width. She offers a tremendous amount of muscle all the way down throughout, and then a heifer that surely takes a long enough and comfortable enough stride. One I think is going to go on to make a good cow. The gal coming out here in third with the two eyes that got pigment. A heifer to me that's got a really good amount of muscle shape. One that you can really appreciate for that top and get behind her. A lot of muscle that you can view from behind. And then one that's certainly long enough in terms of spine and should go on to make a really highly productive cow as well.
Winning that class was Lot 3, Hanson Polled Herefords, followed by Lot 2, L&J Farms, and rounding it out was Hansmeyer and Sons, Lot 1. Just a reminder, as you watch this heifer show, if you applied for a heifer grant through the excellent sale, that heifer grant is eligible and applicable here today during the sale. So if there's any juniors that had a heifer grant they did not use in November, that is, you're available to use that at the sale today. Coming in the ring now, Class 2 Herefords is Lot 4, Hansmeyer and Sons, born on 3/20. Lot 5, Mitchell Vanderwall, born 3/15. And rounding it out is Lot 6 from Jeff Michael, born 3/7.
Again, three really good Hereford heifers to bring before you. I think the one that wins the class does so with really some unique pieces in terms of design. She's very, very angular in the way that she's made. I love how her neck ties back into that shoulder that's pointed at just the right angle. She's super square down that top and comes out of her hip almost perfectly. And then one that gets, pretty three-dimensional in terms of her shape. She's got a tremendous amount of center body, one that when you get behind her is certainly adequate in terms of skeletal width and design. Really nice heifer to lead the class. I think the powerful heifer probably comes here in second, right, in terms of the stoutest made female, the biggest one at the ground. Really good in terms of skeletal width and structural integrity. One that I think that probably reads the brood cow out of the three, and one that you can probably feel real comfortable with. The young guy with the youngest calf in the group, I think really some good pieces in this heifer calf. Super stout in the way that she's made at the ground. She's big-footed and boned. One that's really long-necked, long-spined, probably the freshest appearing out of the three. Let's give these exhibitors a really good round of applause.
Winning Class 2 is Mitchell Vanderwall, Lot 5. Second, Jeff Michael. And third is Hansmeyer and Sons with Lot 4. Now entering the ring, we'll have our selection of the Grand Champion and Reserve Grand Champion heifer calf. Just a reminder of the Supreme Champion female. These will be on Supreme Row on Saturday. So you will have the chance at $1,000 to the buyer and the consigner. And also for the juniors, there is you can use your heifer grant when you purchase these heifers.
Let's give the Hereford Heifers exhibitors a big round of applause today. I think a pair of heifers that really a nice pair to choose from for champion today. I think both, they've got certain respective strengths and qualities. The heifer out of the first class, really elegant in the way that heifer is made, very feminine, angular all the way throughout, probably that extra shot of skeletal width and body. And then the heifer that comes out of the second class, kind of made the same way, maybe just a little different package, right? A little more moderate in that frame, but both very, very good heifers. And I think whether it's one of these two or the heifers that are behind the door, some definite options to choose from come sale time. So I'll go out and find you a champion in reserve. Please give them one more round of applause.
Congratulations to Hanson Polled Herefords, Lot 3. They're the champion overall Hereford female. Now entering the ring, second in that Class 1, L&J Farms with their Lot 2 female. Your reserve Hereford female comes from Mitchell Vanderwall, Lot 5. Congratulations. All right, we'll kick right into the bull show. Entering the ring first is Lot 19X. She is a substitute from LNJ Farms with a birth date of 4/24. Second in the ring is Lot 9, also from LNJ Farms, birth date of 4/3. Just a reminder that as we go through the Hereford Bull Show, you'll need to register for bidder numbers in the sale ring right around a half hour before the sale starts. So if you guys are interested in buying some of these bulls, you'll have to make sure to get a bidder number in the sale ring here a half hour before the sale starts.
They can get bidder numbers right now. Right in the hall.
And Kelsey just informed me if you want a bidder number, you can get them at the chamber booth right now as well.
Yep, in the hallway. Right next to K-Watt.
I think a really close pair of Hereford bulls here, all both very high quality, and I think both full of strengths. To me, the young lady comes out with the bull to win the class. I think really just very complete in the way that that bull is designed. I mean, he balances up extremely well from nose to tail head. One that he's extremely level made, offers a lot of muscle and skeletal width. But then you set that bull in motion. I really love the way he travels. He's very, he's very complete in his skeletal design, and he travels extremely soft off of both ends. And so I think a very high quality place to start. Take nothing away from the bull that comes out in second. I think he's full of performance, obviously. He's the little bigger framed bull of the group, one that's got a big shot of muscle all the way throughout, comes into a really, really wide hip, and then offers a tremendous amount of total performance as well. Really long in his spine and should really add pounds to a calf crop. Let's give those two exhibitors a big round of applause.
Winning Class 3 Hereford Bulls is L&J Farms with Lot 9. Second in Class 3 is also from L&J Farms with Lot 19X. Entering the ring now is Class 4, Lot 11, 3/17/22 birth date from Jeff Michael. Next is Lot 12, birth date of 3/14 from Hanson Polled Herefords. The next three lots are consigned by Lively Herefords, Lot 14, 15, and 16. And they all share the same birth date of 3/12/22. And Lot 8X is consigned by Hansmeyer and Sons with a birth date of 3/31.
Man, what a really good class of Hereford bulls. Excuse me. Please give these exhibitors a big round of applause for what they brought here. It's a really deep set, and I think you can kind of get picky and choosy and probably split these things out however you like them. But I think the bull that leads the class off for me is really, in terms of stoutness, structural correctness, levelness, and design, he probably puts it together, for me at least, in the best package, right? He's that bull is ultra complete in the way that he's made. I love the way that thing gets out and goes when he stops and profiles. He gives you a really killer look. But then you get on top of that thing, and he's got a tremendous amount of base width. He's got a good amount of muscle. I think, one for me that's just awfully complete. You get the power bull that comes out next in class. And I mean, when I say power, I mean it. This guy's got a ton of performance about him. He's really wide in terms of his skeleton. He's got a tremendous amount of muscle. And then the guy, he's going to project to me as the one that goes out and just adds a ton of pounds to a calf crop. And so really two great places to start. Then you don't take anything away from this third bull. I mean, he's probably one of the stoutest in terms of his foot size and bone work. One that I think individually has got a good shot of muscle all the way throughout. And then when he takes off, he's really good in terms of his structural design as well. The bull that comes out next, I think, gives us a really unique look on the profile, right? One that's very smooth in his design, completely level down that top and out of his hip, and one that I think travels is probably as good as anything out here, as his back two out here. The next bull comes out, I think, really a very powerfully designed bull, one that's got a tremendous shot of muscle that starts right in that forearm and carries all the way back through a hindquarter that's really impressive. The bull to wind out the class, I think another individual that's got some stoutness, really good-footed, one that's long-spined, probably just a little bit different in terms of a maturity pattern. And so I think a really, really good set of Hereford bulls to evaluate. Let's give them one more round.
Winning Class 4, Hanson pulled Herefords. Second, third, and fourth place to Libel Herefords. Fifth place in Class 4, Jeff Michael. And rounding out the class, Hansmeyer and Sons with Lot 8X. Entering the ring now will be your Class 5 Spring Yearling Bulls. They'll range in age from 3.2 to 3.9. First in is Clagus Herefords, Lot 18. Next is a consignment from Fawcett's Elm Creek Ranch with Lot 17. Following him is a consignment from Freckings, Lot 20. Lot 21 comes to us from Mitchell Vanderwall. Following Mitchell will be Jeff Michael with their Lot 22 consignment. And rounding out the Class 5 is Lot 23, brought to us from Springwater Pulled Herefords.
I apologize for taking just a little extra time, but I think a really high quality set of Hereford bulls. Let's give these guys a big round. I think there's some differences and there's some give and take, and you guys are the ultimate judge in terms of writing the check and voting that way. But I think this bull that comes out and win the class is just so complete in the way that thing is made. He's so square, built all the way front to back, super in his angle in his shoulder, completely level out of his hip, and one that I think that horn bull gets along so well around the ring. And then you get behind him, and he's super square, right? He's big out of his hip. He's adequate in his muscle shape everywhere. Is he the most overwhelming? No, but I think he's made so good, and I think for me it's a place to start. Now, the bull that comes out in second, obviously the big performance bull, right? And don't take anything away from this guy because he is super powerful, right? Ton of top, super long-bodied, one that gives you a tremendous amount of skeletal width and reads that all the way throughout, and he's still really, really good looking. I think you're really splitting hairs there. I think the next two bulls that come out are a little bit similar in the way they're designed. The cherry red bull to me is really made extremely good, super level in the design, one that really gets out and takes a long, comfortable step and offers a tremendous amount of foot and bone, should be able to take care of a lot of cows. The young guy that comes next, I think one that probably is as good in terms of muscle shape in the class, right? A good shot of top, really big and square from behind, one that takes a really long athletic step and I think is going to be tremendous out on grass. The young lady coming out next, again, one that I think is there's a lot of bulls out here and you guys get choosy. One to me that's super stout, right? Big at the ground, really stout in that bone work, reads really rugged and powerful to me. Should do well. And then the young man coming out here to wind up the class. I think this is the stoutest class we've seen in either show today, so don't discount this guy either. One that's really, really stout and powerful. One that, probably the longest bodied bull calf in the class. And this is a super set of March bulls, and I'll be interested to see how that sale ends up. Please give them one more shot of a round of applause.
Winning Class 5, congrats to Freckings with their Lot 20. Fawcett's Elm Creek Ranch with Lot 17 was second. Lot 23 is third from Springwater Polled Herefords. Placing fourth, Mitchell Vanderwall with Lot 21. Fifth place in Class 5, Clagus Herefords. And rounding it out with Lot 22 is Jeff Michael. Next in the ring, we have Class 6 Junior Yearling Bulls. They're going to range in age from February 7th to February 26th. Coming in the ring first is Lot 24 from Jackson Neal. Next in the ring is Lot 25 from Clagus Herefords. Following Jeff in the ring will be Lot 26 from Clagus Herefords as well. Next after Mary is Lot 27 from Steve Neal. And closing out the class, Lot 28, Derek Gaikowski. Just a reminder, as you register for your bidder numbers, that the Supreme Champion Bull does offer $1,500 to each the buyer and consigner. So if you purchase the Hereford Bull and he goes on to win the Supreme Row, the buyer and the consigner get an additional $1,500. I want to give a thank you out to our ring help today, Skylar Salsa over here. We appreciate these guys, Michael Brule and Dan Group. I want to thank you guys for helping in the ring move cattle around so the judge gets a good view. We sure appreciate it.
A really competitive set of Hereford bulls in the class, and I think, you know, the individual that stops at the top of this one, he's not wanting to cooperate as good on the halter today, but I think this is an awful good one in terms of really being very, very stout and herd bullish in his design. One that, man, that thing you get on top of him, he is as big a backed as anything that we've seen all day, and he carries all of that skeletal width and muscle in a very attractive and sound package. One that takes a really comfortable athletic step. To me, just a great place to start. Take nothing away from this bull that comes out in second. He probably offers you a shot more in terms of frame. The bull's just a little bigger. He's a little longer spine. Again, one that's very complete in his design as well. You can't take anything away from him. And I think two really good ones to start off with. Now, as much as I talked about you know, skeletal width and muscle in the first two, here comes the third one, right? Really, really big topped, really big, all the way back and through that hind quarter. A more moderately framed bull that's going to fit in a lot of places, and so one that you can't really discount for being third today. I think, you know, very three-dimensional is his design. The next bull out, one that I read is just really, really complete and really, really sound, right? One that's going to get out, cover a ton of cows, super long in terms of body, and you can't take anything away from that. And then the bull that rounds out the class. Big, high-performing son that's very, very long spine, one that's certainly adequate in terms of skeletal width and muscle. Let's give those breeders a big round of applause.
Placings for Class 6, Lot 24, Jackson Neal. Lot 27 in second, Steve Neal. Lot 28, Derek Gaikowski is third. In fourth and fifth, rounding out the classes, is Jeff Klages and Mary Klages with Klages Herefords. Class 7, Junior Yearling Bulls. They're going to range in age from 1-5, so January 5th through January 29th. Coming in first from the Walsh family Herefords is Lot 29, and following them is A consignment from Zen's Herefords, lot 30.
Really nice pair of January bulls. I think each offer, a tremendous amount to a prospective buyer today. I like the young lady's darker red bull. I think one that, the more moderate framed option of the two, obviously, but one that's super three-dimensional in his look, right? He's got all of that skeletal punch and muscle that you want. He's got a tremendous amount of swoop and shape to the center part of his body. And really, when she gets him stopped, he's got a tremendous amount of look, right? He ties into a beautiful shoulder. He's super level all the way throughout. I think one that's going to do really well on a big set of cows this summer. The young guy coming out next, I think probably the higher performing, in terms of frame, right? If you want the bigger framed bull, here he is. He's big at the point of his shoulder. He's super long-bodied. And then you get behind him, and because of that frame, he's got a tremendous amount of muscle as well. He's built big at the ground. He's sound, and I think he's going to cover a lot of cows this summer as well. Let's give those two breeders a round of applause.
Winning Class 7, Walsh Family Herefords with Lot 29. Coming in second place in Class 7, Lot 30, Zen's Herefords. Now entering the ring will be the champion yearling bull and the reserve champion bull selection. First in the ring is Lot 9, consigned by LNJ Farms and Ranch. They win Class 3, spring yearling bulls. Coming in the ring next, the class winner of Class 4 is Hanson's Polled Herefords, Lot 12. Next in the ring, winning Class 5, is Lot 20, consigned by Frecking Cattle. Following them in Class 6 is Jackson Neal with Lot 24. And rounding out your champion yearling bull selection is Lot 29 from Walsh Family Herefords.
Let's give all these breeders a big round of applause. I think in the yearling bull division, you're left with 5 options out here to pick from, and the great news is there's a ton of them in the back. I think represented the breed extremely well today, and so I think you really can't go wrong as you start picking and choosing what fits your operation and kind of where you find value, right? Whether it's the big stout one or the better looking one, the one that's driven, on the page. And I think that these breeders have done such a good job of bringing a really high quality set of cattle to town. And so it's something they should be very proud of. And as buyers, you've got the opportunity to make a selection in here that I think, these bulls are going to be capable of doing a lot of things. And so as I kind of evaluate them, again, what I'm looking for is one that's kind of checks a lot of boxes, right? Got to be high performing, got to have some muscle, some structural integrity, obviously, right? Because we got to have these bulls go out and cover a lot of cows. But I like some look too, and I like animals that when you take them home and you put them on cows, it's with a specific goal. And so mine could be different than yours, but I think that each one of these bulls is going to go out and do some really good things respectively. So I'm going to go out and pick you a champion and reserve yearling. And we'll please give them one more round of appreciation.
Congrats to Hanson Polled Herefords, Lot 12. They are your champion yearling bull. Entering the ring now will be Lot 15, brought to you from Libel Herefords. Congratulations to Frecking Cattle with Lot 20. They will be your reserve champion yearling bull. Coming into the ring next is Class 8, 2-year-old bulls. There's 2 consignments coming in for the 2-year-old class. Following the selection in that class, we will have the Grand Champion Hereford and Reserve Grand Champion Hereford Bulls selection. For Class 8, we have Frecking Cattle, Lot 32, with a birth date of 4/2/21, and the other consignment is from Cardinal Creek Cattle. 31X is the lot number, and his birth date is 3/17/21.
A couple 2-year-olds that obviously very, very high quality. The bull I'm going to go ahead to use to win the class. I just don't think he likes these chips really well because he gets out here, it's a little bit soft, and he's probably used to a little firmer ground. But when that guy gets that bull set in motion, this is a pretty dang good 2-year-old, right? He's super athletic in his build. He's square everywhere. A bull that, you know, for these 2-year-olds to get out and to move that well, he's really good on his feet and legs. Got a really unique look about him. I think he's really good up and through his shoulder and then backing out of his hip. Huge boned, big footed. A bull that I think is really unique. Going to cover a ton of cows, obviously, this year. The bull comes out in second. I think take nothing away. This is a really nice, long spine, big-bodied type of bull that covers just a ton of ground. I mean, when that guy goes, he takes a huge fluid step. He's made so good in his feet and legs and pasterns. Again, enough skeletal width and muscle. Let's give those breeders a big round of applause.
So winning Class 8 and champion senior bull is Lot 32 from Frecking Cattle. Second in Class 8, and your reserve champion senior bull, 31X from Cardinal Creek Cattle. Now entering the ring will be the grand champion Hereford bull selection, followed by reserve selection. Just a reminder that these will be eligible, the champion bull, when they're on Supreme Row. If you buy this bull, you get $1,500 as well as the consigner. So keep that in mind when you're purchasing these bulls at the sale. Go get your bidder numbers, and good luck. As Ryan goes to select your champion Hereford bull, I would really like to thank him from the Hereford Association in South Dakota for coming here to sort the cattle. And his judgment has been very good in analyzing the cattle, and then you guys can make your decision and visit with the breeders as you come to make your purchases. But I'd like to give Ryan a round of applause for sorting these cattle today. We appreciate him coming.
Well, to round out a really high-quality Hereford show today, let's give these all of the breeders in the back and up here a big round of applause. I think, the Hereford breed is one that is so dang versatile and really, some of the first purebred cattle that I can remember growing up were Herefords. And so I think it's really unique to watch how this breed has evolved and changed and really, I think, stayed very, very relevant in today's industry. And one that it doesn't matter if you're selecting these bulls to go home to put on a set of cows to make bulls or heifers to sire high quality feeder cattle or replacements. It doesn't matter, because what we found here today is a really high quality set that there's going to be plenty to choose from. And so, I think what's really what's just outstanding about the breed is it is so versatile. I think everybody knows about the Hereford cow and longevity, and I think in terms of importance of today, all these cows that stay around the herd longer, they matter. And I think one of the other most unique things that the breed has done is give a marketing option for these commercial calves in the Certified Hereford program. It's one of the most sought after grid programs in the upper Midwest. I know we get calls a lot of times about Baldy cattle, and so these breeders should be very proud about the quality that they brought you here today. I think they represented the breed extremely well. Again, my humble opinion is not nearly as important as yours. So as you get back there, I really highly encourage you to go talk to all these breeders, because there's plenty of cattle in here to choose from. So today I'm going to go ahead and pick you the bull that I think that I like best, obviously. But let's go ahead and give these breeders one more big round of applause. I think they brought you an awesome set.
Congratulations to Hanson Polled Herefords, Lot 12, with their champion overall Hereford bull. Now entering the ring is from Frecking Cattle, Lot 20, as the reserve calf for selection of the reserve grand overall Hereford bull. Congratulations to Frecking Cattle with the reserve Hereford bull, Lot 20. Now, as you guys go get your bidder numbers when the sale is upcoming, I have a really important announcement to make. The Coteau Hills Cattlemen Association and the Hamlin County Livestock Improvement Association are offering $250 to any 4-H member to put towards the purchase of the heifer during the Watertown Farm Show. That will be awarded to that 4-H exhibitor after they exhibit the heifer at their associated counties at the achievement days. If you're interested in that, go right over here to the Coteau Hills Cattlemen booth, and all 4-H members are eligible to sign up. That's $250 that they'll get after they exhibit their animal at the 4-H their county achievement days. Really good opportunity, and really appreciate those associations for doing that. So sign up over here if you're interested.